Vanakkam and blessings to all. This is Dr. Bairavee Balasubramaniam, and today I'm going to be giving you a few insights about the very powerful full moon that's going to come up on Friday, June 13th. Now, a lot of you have already been asking about what's going to happen, what's it going to feel like, and astrological forums and communities have been buzzing with the sheer excitement generated by this particular full moon. There are plenty of reasons to be excited, but also plenty of reasons to seriously consider the platforms or the opportunities for evolution, advancement, and understanding that this full moon provides. There's a lot that I can say about it, but I'm just going to cover very briefly. I'm just going to tell you about the Sun-Moon opposition, the influence of Neptune Retrograde, and also the three Yods that form in the hours building up towards the climax of the full moon. Basically, we have the Sun in Gemini and the Moon in Sagittarius. Now, Gemini is associated with the third house. It is pretty much the sign of communication, intellectual analysis, writing, the way we present ourselves to our immediate environment, and also rules our relationship with siblings, as per astrology. Sagittarius is associated with the ninth house. They both exist in opposite poles of the natal chart. Now, Sagittarius essentially is the energy of the philosopher king, the explorer, the person who goes and journeys to one horizon, to one peak of the mountain, deciding then that he or she needs to try the next peak as well. Now, what you learn, what you communicate, what you express as yourself in your immediate environment, in this way, in Gemini, is linked to how you express yourself to the wider world and how you exist in the milieu of philosophies of knowledge, understandings of spirituality, and in the sheer meta-structure of society that exists within the ninth house. Now, all of that sounds very lofty, but let me explain it. Basically, who you are in your immediate environment gives you the foundation and the tools for you to express yourself in a wider societal context. And it works the other way as well. Sometimes the way we express ourselves in institutions such as community groups, churches, or institutions of learning or philosophy, we learn so much about ourselves and express ourselves in a certain way in those spaces. Whereas in a more intimate or familiar environment, we may express ourselves in completely different ways. Sometimes there is a disjointed gap, and sometimes the lessons that you learn at the level of lofty philosophy or spirituality are immediately translated down into the day-to-day context. So there's a lot you can actually do with this energy. Both of these energies are characterized by a strong need to explore, to adventure, to go further. For Gemini, it often refers to short distance trips or travels within a small distance of your usual location. But Gemini also explores through the mind. For Sagittarius, the idea of exploration and adventures is enthused with a lot more romanticism and idealism associated with it. But still, it too goes very far beyond. Now, both these energies give us a wonderful opportunity to merge the elements of fire and air. Sagittarius being the fire sign and Gemini being the air sign. This reflects an opportunity to merge and blend two different types of, astrologically speaking, masculine energy. Now, I know plenty of women who are air-fire types, so it's not meant to be a gender-biased thing. But what this basically means is that rationality can meet drive, or logic can meet inspiration. This is where the spark and the seeds that you sow in your mind can truly take form and fly. Like the same way a dandelion might explode and release its seeds. So this is actually a phenomenal time for you to use as a launch pad. Whether you want to embark on an adventure in a physical sense to go somewhere new, or to embark on an adventure in a spiritual sense, or both, to try a different philosophy, to try a different way of seeing the world, one that transforms and feeds directly into the way you exist in your everyday set of circumstances. It's a very subtle relationship, and I will be writing a lot more about this on my blog. Well, I say blog, on WordPress and on my Facebook profile page. Now, a lot of other influences will be working with this particular opposition between the Sun and the Moon. I just want to briefly mention two of them. Neptune will be retrograde. It went retrograde yesterday. And Neptune is basically helping us cut through the crap. Whatever illusions, whatever fantasies, whatever deceptions we have about ourselves or others or about our spiritual path are going to be revealed to us now. That's one thing. Another thing is the three yods, or the three fingers of God or Goddess, which I will explain on my Facebook page for those interested, which indicate truly karmic events that seem pre-planned in advance from a very, very, very long time ago. These events may seem like crises, or points of crisis or points of opportunity that lead you to spiritual depths or completely new spiritual vistas if you let them. So basically, you've got three really powerful karmic energies. Leading you to places that your soul wants you to go. You've got Neptune retrograde helping you sift what's right and what's not for you. And you've got the powerful energy of the moon in Sagittarius telling you to leap forward, and the sun giving you the analytical tools to do so. So this can be a really positive time for people, depending on the ways they choose to manifest it. Thank you very much for listening. I will be speaking more about this full moon and hope that this video gives you a flavor of what is to come. Thank you very much and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.